Here are 10 unbelievable facts you didn't know about redheads. The first is that natural red hair is harder to dye than other shades. Headstrong as it is, ginger hair holds its pigment much firmer than any other hair color. If redheads desired to dye their hair to any other color, first of all, why would you? It would only have a noticeable difference after bleaching the hair beforehand. Otherwise, the color won't take. Bleaching, of course, is just bad news for hair, especially red hair, which is more fragile than other shades anyway. The second fact is that redheads have less hair on their heads. In terms of total number of strands, gingers have far fewer atop their red heads than any other color. On average, flame-haired beauties have 90,000 strands compared to blondes with 110,000 and brunettes with 140,000. They're not exactly going bald, though, as each strand of natural ginger hair is much thicker, so the appearance is often that redheads have more hair in general. These fewer but thicker strands make it easier to style, so be jealous. I am. The third unbelievable fact about redheads is that they don't go gray. Staying true to its stubborn stereotype, ginger hair retains its natural pigment a lot longer than other shades. So there's no need to panic about going gray. Red hair simply fades with age through a glorious spectrum of faded copper to rosy blonde colors, then to silvery white. The fourth is that red hair and blue eyes is the rarest combination in the world. The majority of natural redheads have brown eyes, with others likely to have hazel or green shades. But like red hair, blue eye color is a recessive trait, meaning that both parents must carry the gene for a child to be blessed with it. This makes those with red hair and blue eyes the rarest minority in the world, with only 1% having both. So each one is about as rare as a four-leaf clover. I actually know a lady who has red hair and blue eyes, so that's interesting. The fifth is that redheads are more sensitive to thermal pain. Countless studies have looked into the genetics behind redheads, claiming that they are more or less sensitive to pain. Research shows that redheads are much more sensitive to hot and cold pain, with their bodies able to change temperature more quickly. Also, in surgery, gingers might require approximately 20% more anesthesia than other hair colors. The exact reason for this is unknown, but it is thought that a link to the mutated MC1R gene could be the culprit to its effectiveness. Interesting. The sixth fact is that the Romans kept red-headed slaves at a higher price. Those with fiery colored hair were held in high esteem in Roman art and culture. Thought to be strong and determined, they were much more expensive than other slaves, and prisoners would even have their hair dyed to be displayed as trophies. Either that, or wigs of red hair were reportedly imported from Northern Europe for slaves to wear. The seventh fact is that Russia means land of reds. Translating to mean land of reds, Russia boasts a high density of gingers located in its Kazan region at over 10% redheads, a similar density to Scotland and Ireland. I didn't know that. That's interesting. The eighth fact is that 40% of Brits are secret gingers. Extensive research conducted by Britain's DNA has found that more than 40% of the population carry the mutated MC1R gene that's responsible for red hair. Both parents must carry the gene to be able to spawn a ginger baby, which lies at 25% if they're not ginger themselves but still carry the secret gene. The ninth fact about redheads is that Adolf Hitler reportedly banned ginger marriages for fear of deviant offspring. Of course. The 10th and final fact is that gingers generate their own vitamin D. Having pale skin may mean that redheads burn more easily when exposed to UV rays, but their paleness can serve as an advantage. Redheads can absorb sufficient vitamin D due to low concentrations of eumelanin in their body. This may sound like bad news, but this lower melanin concentration means that gingers can cleverly produce their own vitamin D within their body when exposed to low light conditions. So those have been 10 unbelievable facts about redheads. I hope you enjoy and learn some things. Thank you.